Hi and Happy New Year. As we approach and as we close over to the new year, I would like to give you some takeaway with you. And my today's topic is emotions. Emotions were created for a reason. Emotions like feeling angry, feeling sad, feeling happy, feeling upset, feeling lonely, and all that. All the emotions that we have were created for a reason. But in most cases, when these emotions come into most of us, we kind of push them aside because we want to portray what is permitted by the people out there is the legitimate, what they want to see. That means somebody could be laughing and smiling on the outside, well, actually, they are crying on the inside. And that is a positive force. So today I'm trying to actually remind you and everyone else out there that emotions are supposed to be allowed to happen. If you're feeling angry, don't just show happiness on the outside. Just let the anger come out. If you're feeling the need to cry for feeling sad or whatever the reason, just let the crying happen. It was created for a reason, so you should just let the crying happen. Now, the awkward moment is when somebody is crying and you approach the person and you say to the person, "Are you okay?" That is an awkward and question that should not be asked. You should not ask somebody whether they are okay when they are crying. Obviously, they are crying because they are not okay. In fact, I would like you to know that standing with somebody who is in a sad situation, crying, without even saying a word is comforting enough. You don't have to say anything. Your presence there, just being there, is enough comfort to the person. They feel you, they feel your presence. Versus you there, either saying, "Are you okay?" when actually they are not, or for you they are saying, "It's okay." It's not okay. It's not okay for that person at that particular time. It's not okay. And the reality of things is to allow that situation to happen. That situation or that emotion, that feeling of an okayness should be allowed to take place without you there subsiding it, without you depressing it, without you pushing it aside, or you as the comforter helping this other person to just put it aside, to bottle it down. Because in reality is, if you don't deal with an emotion when you're supposed to be dealing with it, what happens with that emotion is it does not go anywhere. It does not go away. It's almost like an alarm clock. When you set your alarm clock to wake you up, and then it rings to wake you up, and you don't wake up. Instead, you snooze. You press the snooze button. That alarm clock will ring again. After so often, it rings again. And actually, most of the clocks, they become louder and louder until you attend to them. And in reality, that's how our emotions are. When you are angry or when you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling guilty because you did something or you did not do something that you're supposed to do and it in return had a negative effect on somebody else, that feeling of guilty will be hanging around you like a necklace. The feeling of guilty will be with you like a shadow. The feeling of guilty will be coming and going more or less like a snooze button on your alarm clock. It will be reminding you that you did not do ABCD or you did ABCD and it caused harm or discomfort to so and so. But then if you face head on that feeling of guilty, like, yes, I know I did wrong. I should not have done. Yes, I did that. I should not have done it. Or I didn't do that. I should have done the other. If you face that head on, you'll come in terms and in reality to the action that you need to take. In most cases, the action will be that you need to approach the person that you harmed or the person that you negatively impacted with your action or inaction and apologize. A sincere apology, which normally comes from the heart. When you accept actually that you did wrong, you get an apology. You apology from your heart to approach the person and say, I know by me doing ABCD or me not doing ABCD, it cost you YZ or whatever the situation is. And for that, I'm sincerely sorry. And I'm willing to make it up, whatever that may be, that you may have to do to make up for the situation that happened. And at that time, you will be relieving yourself. You will actually be happier after that because you'll have put that ball on the other person's court. Trust me, from that moment, you will not be having that feeling like an alarm clock buzzing or like that necklace around your neck reminding you are guilty, you're guilty. No, once you have apologized sincerely, that will be on the other person. And it should not worry you. It's up to them. If they so choose to forgive you, it's up to them. Talking of forgiveness. Forgiveness is another feeling that once you forgive somebody, you actually let it go and it brings happiness to you. Because if you don't forgive somebody, that also lingers in you like an alarm clock which has been set on snooze button. The feeling of what the person did that made you upset or angry, it will be ringing in your head over and over and over. So you have actually to face it head on and deal with it. Like, yeah, I did not forgive so-and-so because they did this and that. And so I am unhappy with that. So you deal with it. You accept that feeling of unforgiveness. Because when you accept it, you're going to come into terms with it to forgive. And once you forgive, you will be a happier person. Life continues for you. So emotions were created for a reason, but in most cases, what you or we do in general is we push those feelings aside. Whatever emotions that come to you, instead of you dealing with them, you kind of push them aside. You bottom them down. And trust me, when you keep putting those emotions aside, they will pile up in you. They will pile up, and a moment will come when they'll burst open. When they burst open, because of the pain and agony that will have piled internally in you because you did not address those emotions, somebody suffers the price. The person who could suffer the price would be you yourself, probably your family, probably your friends, your co-workers, or community, or even the nation at large. That's why you should address your emotions, having a correspondence with your heart to sort out whatever the issue is. And when it comes to a level that you cannot handle it, because that does happen sometimes depending on the situation, it's a time to seek professional help. The same way we seek professional help for physical illness, like if you break your leg, you go and see the doctor so that they can take care of it. The same way you should be seeing a psychologist or a psychiatrist to take care of your psychological issues when you cannot handle them, because there is a level where you can handle them. Talking of that, the same way we do physical, annual physical, I think we should also be doing our psychological annually for the sake of our internal health, our emotions, our mental. Now, there is this thing in Africa mainly, like I always compare the two because, like, you know, I am in a position to compare Africa and America. When boys are growing up, they are told that men don't cry, that they should not cry. And they do have those emotions because they were created with them like everybody else. They are human. Yeah, like they do get sad to a level where crying should be happening. But because they grow up being told men don't cry, boys, men don't cry, they hold that emotion internally, which is not healthy. It's not healthy. And for that, I actually give credit to America, like America in general, because I have seen men cry in America. Yeah, they let it happen. If it has to happen, they let it happen. In Africa, you'll find people that are not crying, but they internally, they are crashing, they are crumbling with sadness or whatever the issue that may be. I wish they would just forget about that. That it does not really make sense. I have not even heard of statistics where it supports that issue of men don't cry. They were born and created with emotions, and so they should be able to allow emotions to take place when they happen, like everybody else. Now, as we go to the new year, I would like you to remember these things about emotions. Like, it's good to let them happen when they happen. Like I said, you can comfort somebody by just being there without saying a word, versus you saying a word that actually sometimes worsens the situation. So feel free to just sit next to somebody who is crying and just pat their back or give them a hug without saying a word. That is comforting enough. It can be felt physically and internally, versus saying some awkward, comforting words. As we go to next year, I also would like my brothers, African-born men, boys, and guys to understand it's okay to cry. If you need to cry for whatever reason, let it happen. It was created for a reason. It's natural. Just let the tears flow if they need to flow. That thing of men don't cry, it has no statistic, it has no ground. It's just another myth that does not help anyone. So as we go to next year, welcome all your emotions, deal with them head on, because you live a happier. Dealing with them head on will develop skills for you to move on, and that will climax to happiness. So I wish you Happy New Year. I wish you all the best. For those of you that make resolutions, may they come to pass. I don't make them because the many times I made them, they never happen. They never came. I break them like before even we get to the mid-year, so I don't make any. But I wish you well with yours. I wish you prosperous year and so many blessings. Take care.